I've seen hundreds of detailers go down the exact same path and become dependent and rely on motivation. And this video is going to be explaining all of the points that are just going to kill you and your business with motivation, and how to beat it, how to not need motivation, that you are just able to get up and do it every time. I think a massive misconception is that motivation solves suffering, and that motivation makes it easier to suffer. And let me tell you that it doesn't. It's like after a breakup in a relationship. If you were going to go drink, and if you're going to use drinking, oh, I'm just going to go have a drink, it'll make me feel better. If you're going to use that as a cope mechanism, then it is going to make that worse. And this is like with you and your business and needing motivation, is that motivation doesn't get up in the morning and get to work. Motivation doesn't get on there and make calls. Motivation doesn't get on there and close money. You taking the action of doing it, you putting yourself in the winner position to actually win, to come first, to do it quickly. Let me just tell you something, is that suffering happens either way. Suffering happens if you decide to take the risk, take the plunge, to become rich, to risk it all, or to not. I can argue the point and say, if you're a fat piece of shit loser sitting at home, then you are not born to win. But if you're a winner who is putting himself in the best possible position to be able to actually win and to come first, and to, in whatever he does, this isn't just about detailing, this is about anything. This is about life. This is greater than just a business, and be the best possible variant of yourself. And let me say that if you do not want to be that person, then I would argue, why? And I would say, why do you not want to be the best possible version of yourself? Do you want to be a fat piece of shit? Do you want to have girls not talking to you? Do you want to have an unsuccessful business? Do you not want to have any relationships that actually have beneficiary gain to you? Do you not want to talk about money? Do you not want to hang with people that have your back? But I can assure you that if you're a fat fucking piece of shit and you're hanging with people like that, then you are going to be complimented by that. Like if you were in the trenches with a bunch of boys and it's like you are reloading your mags together, you're cocking it back, you're shooting, you're taking people out, then you are doing that together. And I can tell you, you do not need motivation. Is that the one thing in 2026, which is going to be the biggest thing, is delegation of teams. Mark my words, is that next things massive in the marketing space are just going to be targeting teams and delegation, is because that you are up against people right now that have got 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 people teams, and you expecting you are able to do it alone. And I commend you that you are fucking so incompetent to be able to understand. That's if you think like that. And another thing that I think leads to people needing motivation is that they like it, is that the thing is that they realize that they start this business and they realize, oh shit, this is a lot harder than I thought, and they give up. People thinking that this is meant to be fun, that this is meant to be a journey that is meant to be easy, and that, you know, you're meant to enjoy your career. And I do that for a reason, is that you were probably told by your family, your friends, that you were meant to find a career that you were meant to enjoy, and that you were meant to, you know, just find something that is you can tolerate it. Find something that you can just live out your years and, you know, make a nice little paycheck and live in your little house and have your little family and be restricted and not have anything like that, and just be completely cut off. And this is such a normal thing. And the reason that people tell you this is because that it is unachievable for them. It is unachievable for them, for their current brainwave, for their frequency, to understand that it is actually achievable. This is the best position to hold you stagnant, and it's like it is quite literally positioning yourself in the best possible situation to get fucked. That if you are constantly looking for something that you are going to enjoy, then I can assure you, you will not find that. It comes from self-fulfillment. It comes from being fulfilled in yourself that you can beat motivation, is that you don't need it. Is that if you can wake up every morning and have something laying over your head that you know that if dying isn't enough for you, if that you dying and you do not know the day that isn't enough for you to wake up and give it 100% every day, then you need to figure out what that motivator is. Is it your family? Is it your sisters? Is it your brothers? Is it your cousins? Who is it? Who is it that you are actually making this journey for? And you have to weigh up the pros and cons. Is it actually worth it doing it? What is it costing me by not doing it? Is it costing me my mother being able to live comfortably? Is it costing my dad being able to buy him these dream cars? Is it costing my mum being able to be in a better position? And the one thing with me is that I can tell you that I've suffered at the bottom and I've suffered at the top, and I can tell you every single fucking day, to quote Jordan Belfort in my own way, that it is better to be fucking at the top. Another thing is to not let your feelings affect you. Do not let your emotions affect your decisions, is because that your brain operates as a male at a certain frequency. Is that you have the ability to use both sides of your brain. You have a logical side and you have an emotional side, and men and women are hardwired completely different in this concept. Is that women use more of the left or the right side, I'm not completely sure, but the one side that reframes the most emotion, that has all of the emotion decisions. And it's like when women speak, it's like they are speaking to be heard. They are speaking because they want to connect. And it's like when guys speak, it's more logic. It's more what makes sense. Oh, well, X, Y, and Z, 2 plus 2, that equals 4. More logic. And it's like you have the ability to be able to use that to your advantage. And if you were thinking from an emotional frame set. I know for a fact that it is just going to fuck you in ways that you don't know. I'm not saying you have to become a cold cunt and, you know, become hardened to reality and become not a nice person to be around, but the thing is you need to become self-fulfilled, that you do not let your emotions affect your decisions. Is that if you are letting your emotions affect your decisions, then I think you prioritize your emotions over your goals. Is because if you are prioritizing that and putting that on a pedestal, then you are not putting your goals on your pedestal. That is more important. So you need to ask yourself, what is more important? Is my feelings more important and how I feel and caring about what other people say? Can I say that why would you care about a world that crucified a perfect man? No matter what your belief is. Even using that story is so powerful, is that why would you care what other people think? The thing is, I've been in the position that people still talk shit. And the reality is more people talk shit now. It's good. The thing is, I smile. You can see my reaction to that. You can see my micro expressions which show you that I truly do not give a fuck. And that is the position that you need to get yourself into, is that you are not restrained by what people say. People say things and that should be fuel on the fire. If you were to take flight, picture yourself on a flight, you're going to Dubai, you're on the plane and you get on there. Imagine we're mid-flight and the engine starts failing. The pilot calls an emergency meeting and says we need to invest fuel into stabilizing the aircraft. Someone stands up and says fuel is expensive, let's save it. Everybody in that room knows that's insane because of the cost of not investing right now is crashing. So the cost of not investing in fuel and investing in enough fuel is going to cost them crashing in that plane. And that's a perfect example of motivation, is that if you do require motivation for your fuel of your tank, then how do you expect to get to your destination? Is because the motivation is an inconsistent thing. You can wake up feeling motivated and fucking not do shit. I've been in that position. I've woke up feeling motivated, I've had a shower and then I've had a coffee and then I just fucking scroll on my phone and then I just fuck my dopamine responsive for the day and I operate like an idiot. And it's like, you have to train your brain to say no. I'm not fucking doing that. I do not need motivation. I get up no matter how I feel. I get up and do the shit that needs to get done, is because that is the man that I am curating. That is the father that I'm becoming. That is the husband to my wife. That is the father to my kids. And if that is not enough for you, then I do not know what will be. There's no amount of verbal articulation that I can sit here and make you truly comprehend and understand. It is self-realization and implementation. No matter what age bracket you are, whether you be 40, whether you be 20, whether you be 15, it doesn't really matter, is that you are put into a situation where everything is always going to be against you. Everyone is against you. Nobody wants to see you do better than themselves. And that is the way that the world works. That is the harsh, cold reality. And the way that you can get people to even change that perspective of you is to put in the work. The reason that girls go for the ripped guy over the guy that is a fat retard every single time is due to that guy who has worked out, has put in the effort, that has gotten up even when he felt like shit, even when he was sick. No matter how he felt, he got up and he worked out and he got to the gym and he did what he needed to do to get to that desired outcome. Fat losers over there talking about how much of a good guy he is and that nobody, you know, understands how much of a good guy he is. Well, nobody gives a fuck because you're fat and you're fucking... you can't control what you put in your mouth. Whereas that guy over there, he quite literally denied his flesh, which I think is one of the most powerful things, and that's why all of the girls go for that guy over the fat loser. So you have to sit there and look, do you want to be the guy that puts in the work and that people respect you for the amount that you work? Do you want to be the guy that people understand how hard you work to get to your goals and they're like, how did you do it? How do you do it? And it is unfathomable that it is quite literally impossible for them to understand how you did it. And you know what you have to do. You have to put in the work. And that is the only ever option that you are going to get to any goal, is by putting in the work. No matter if you're that fat guy right now, you have the option to change. And the day that you start, you should have started yesterday. And if you have that mentality that every single day I'm getting 1% better, I am already a fit person. Affirmations. Tell yourself that you're fit, because that fat fucking loser is sitting there telling himself that he is fat. And the exact same brain shift that he tells himself he's ripped, by proxy, he's going to start acting like a fucking fit person. So what does he need to do? He needs to tell himself that he is fit. And how does he do that? By getting up and running, by acting like the person that he needs to become. And in your business, you have this decision. You have the decision to be able to fulfill all of your business's requirements, to hit all of your KPIs, to be able to get to your goal. It is a numbers game. In the next video, I'm going to be breaking down how I send 1,000 DMs every single day. I'm going to be linking the DNA group down below, and if you've made it to the end of this video, I hope that this has really helped you understand what motivation is and the deeper concept to it. And it's a little bit of a longer video, but I want to say that the thing is, if you have made it to this point, I want you to like, I want you to subscribe, I want you to turn on notifications, because you have made the decision to sit down and actually sit through and understand this. And the thing is, this is the point in the call that is there going to be a shifting point? Is there going to be a paradigm shift where you actually take action on this information? The only way that you can guarantee success is by joining the DNA group and being surrounded by a brotherhood of people that are doing the exact same thing. That all of these guys that are making 30, 40, 50K months within the DNA group are here, are working, are beat motivation. They have get up in the morning and they grab the day by the fucking dick. Start making money, join the DNA group today. The free Facebook group's below. Thank you for watching.